Pick up queen 9 suited in the big blind. Everyone folds around. Small blind 3x's it to 30 cents. This is the first hand since I sat here, so I don't know how he got to $53, if he just got lucky, if he's been playing great. But I'm just going to assume he's on some type of heater and probably a good player um, to get up to $50 at a $10 table. Um, Not always the case, but that's just what I'm going to assume since I have no other information to go on. I'm also going to assume he's probably going to be doing this with a wide range and just going to try to run over me and take control of the hand. And I'm fine with just calling here, but I decided to go ahead and 3-bet him and to try to assess where he might be at, whether he's going to fight back or just call or fold. And he just calls. So the flop comes out ace 8 deuce, and you might think this is a bad flop. I didn't hit a queen or a 9. I think it's actually a good flop because if his hand doesn't contain an ace, he's not going to be able to continue very often. Aside from if he has a pocket pair or a hand like 9-8 suited, 10-8 suited, something that contains an 8, he's going to have to fold most of his hands. So I decided to bet out 67 cents here. And he calls. At this point, I'm not quite sure what he has, but I still think it's less likely that he has an ace. I think at this point he possibly could have, a pair, maybe sevens. But I decided to bet out on the turn $1.16, and he calls. Okay, so the river comes out of deuce, pairs the board, and so I'll talk about the ranges here. His range is not going to contain ace king, ace queen. I think those hands he's all re-raising me pre-flop with, or he's raising the flop some of the time, the turn most of the time, or he's going to lead out on the turn to prevent me from not putting chips in the pot and trying to get value a lot of the time. So I don't think he's going to get here with a big ace. Now, my range, on the other hand, can contain ace king, ace queen. He raised pre-flop. I 3-bet. I bet flop. I bet turn. Now I'm betting river. I bet small flop and turn to try to get him to drag along with weak hands. This is what I'm hoping he's thinking. And now I'm betting big to try to get value representing a strong hand like I have ace jack plus here. So I assume he's going to think that, so he can't call unless he has those hands, and I've eliminated them from his range. So this is going to get through, in my estimation, almost all the time. I think if he does have ace 10, I think he's going to look me up still probably at least 50%. The ace 10, it just depends on how he thinks. I don't know anything about him. But my hand looks like I have ace king, ace queen, ace jack at the worst to be doing this. It's people aren't going to just put you on random air, especially when they don't know how you play. Now, if he saw me play and saw me turn over some hands where I was doing some advanced plays, some bluffs, then I have to strategically think about this hand differently. But I don't have to worry about it at this point. So I bet out 410 and he folds. So another thing that's interesting to say, or interesting about this hand is, so a typical normal amateur player, had they played this hand, this is most likely what would happen. Everyone folds around, he raises 30, we just call with queen 9. The flop comes out 8 deuce ace. He's most likely going to bet. We don't have anything but a backdoor flush draw. I guess backdoor jack 10 gives us straight, but anyway, backdoor flush draw. We're going to fold. That's the end of the hand. We lost 30 cents. That's how it's going to go for most people. So most people are going to lose 30 cents on this hand. I just made $2.59. So that is the difference. And there's one more thing I want to add. What was I talking about? So Well, yeah, I guess that about covers it for the sand. But um, just there's there's reading in depth to every situation, even if it may not look like it. And um, yeah, so yeah, I'll just end it there.